Now, I got this comment from Oyemi Famakin, the OG food critic, on my Chella video, and I decided that, yes, I think a lot of people tend to misinterpret this whole podcast thing, right? Whenever I tell artists to do podcasts, they think that I'm trying to tell them to go and do gossip podcasts and shit like that. But they're actually music-centric podcasts that will be very good for your career, either as a listener or as an artist that is looking to do like a full-scale PR campaign or anything like that. Now, I'm going to roll out the top music podcasts that you should either be listening to or being a part of. Now, the first one on my list is a Town Hall Different, hosted by Sarah and Sorochi. They're like the new chappies on the block when it comes to music podcasts. It's a podcast that you should check out. They have very interesting conversations, interesting interviews that you could learn a lot from if you listen to as an upcoming artist looking to understand the industry a lot more, or if you're an artist looking to do a full-scale PR campaign, it could be your spot. Right? Next up on my list, we have the Zero Conditions podcast hosted by Motolani Alake and Melody Hassan. Now, this podcast used to be like a whole thing, like very interesting conversations, very interesting things to learn about the music industry and pop culture as a whole. And it's actually one of the places that if you get to do an interview there, it could really do a lot for your career when it comes to people understanding your personality more as an artist. But for some reason, it's no longer in existence. I don't know. They're not really talking about it anymore. I've not seen any new episodes or anything like that. Maybe when they decide to make a comeback, you can check it out, or you can just check out the older episodes. It's actually a very interesting podcast you can learn a lot from as an upcoming artist. Still on podcasts that could do you a world of good as an upcoming artist, and it would be really nice if you could be a part of it if you have the opportunity. We're talking about the Donna One podcast, which is hosted by Muyiwa Awoniyi, who happens to manage the biggest superstars in the game. I'm talking about Thames and Omale. Now, if you listen to this podcast, you're really going to get a lot of tea. Like, Donna One speaks like a prophet. He speaks like a sage, and it's something that could really help you understand how to navigate the music industry, even from a spiritual perspective, even from an innate emotional perspective. You can understand the inner workings of what it takes to grow as an artist or as a music executive or whatever. So if you have not checked out that podcast, you should check it out. It has been away for like 2-3 years now. I don't know when there's going to be a new episode, but the moment it pops up, you should check out the new episodes. But while you're waiting for the new episodes, check out the older episodes and the older interviews and all of that, and you will be blessed. Finally, we have Afrobeats Intelligence, which is a podcast hosted by Joey Akan and OK Africa. I mean, at this point, you should know Afrobeats Intelligence. If you don't know Afrobeats Intelligence, the podcast, I don't know what you're doing in the music industry. Like, I feel like anybody who is serious about music should have watched like a couple of episodes from Afrobeats Intelligence. The interviews are very enlightening, and it can get you to a point where you understand certain things about how the industry truly works and the mechanics of it all. And if you're an artist looking to do like a whole PR campaign, maybe when you pop like Chella or somebody like that, Afrobeats Intelligence is one place I feel like Chella should have gone to, and I feel like you can go there as well if you are popping the way that Chella is popping. Is one way to solidify your place in the industry and really share a part of yourself that the music might not be able to share for you. So Afrobeats Intelligence is up there as like the top OG podcast when it comes to the music industry. There are still a bunch of podcasts that support the culture, like Oshikoya Speaks, which is hosted by Wonu Oshikoya, and With an S, which is hosted by Culture Custodian, and a bunch of others, right? But if you have any other ones that I did not mention on this list that you really love, drop them in the comments. And which one of them would you be checking out? Also drop them in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. I'm sorry that the video is long, but it's for your own good.